welcome. Okay, so I was saying this event is all about some trick-or-treating. We're gonna do our own little trick-or-treating tonight. I have some fun tricks and treats. We're gonna do some giveaways. And if you have any Halloween or fall paper hanging around and it's in hand reach, like go grab it. Go grab it, because I think you're gonna be inspired by one or two of these ideas that you can create one of your own, and then we'll walk away with a finished page or two or whatever, right? Or just hopefully these ideas inspire you. So welcome. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys have, took a look at the digital idea book for Creepy Crescents. Of course, Creepy Crescents is our newest set for this month. We released it early October. I say this every month, but it's, October's already come and gone, it seems, right? It's pretty much there. But Creepy Crescents has been such a fun thing to create with. And so we're going to be doing that. We're going to pull out some of the other fall and Halloween sets. If you don't know, can you turn that down just a bit? Not too much, but yeah. We're going to boogie, but, I don't know if you guys can even hear the music, but it's good for me. Keeps me upbeat. We have 25% off of Autumn, Spook Alley, Trick or Treat, Rings, and also Haunted. So those, of course, that's only for one more day till midnight on Halloween. So tomorrow, midnight. Okay, guys? So if you don't have those yet, or you've been like humming and hawing about one of those sets, you might want to get it while you can at 25% off. I just put the link in the chat. And like I was saying, if you have Halloween paper or fall paper, because I think these ideas, especially using Creepy Crescents as kind of that base foundation, it can go either way. And I think that's what's so fun about Creepy Crescents. And I've been blown away, you guys. You guys got Creepy Crescents in your hands. And so many of you guys have been posting already in the community this month. So that means that you got it, you like set some time aside and you started creating with it. I keep looking at this little hat. This is like my go-to, quick costume thing here. And I keep like looking at it and seeing the ponytail. You're just like wigging me out, but welcome. Hopefully you guys got a witch hat. Is just an easy option. I always go for a witch hat. It fits me too. Does it fit me, Dave?
Which hat is... That's a loaded question.
Yeah, I was waiting for the response.
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
Oh,
I plead the fifth.
He pleads the fifth. He's sitting here making sure my audio, and we were doing some adjustments to my computer because it was really driving me crazy. It keeps being blurry. So I'm hoping everything works great today. Let's go ahead and dive into overhead. So like I said, in the Creepy Crescent digital idea book, we released that last week. It's a great resource. It has sketches in there, but it also has some fun ideas. And you guys might have seen some of these ideas. One of them is this candy corn. We're going to go ahead and create this together. I'm going to walk through the steps that I did to create this. There's another really fun idea that I have not had a chance to create yet using Creepy Crescents that Bobby Sue, I don't know if you're here with us live, Bobby Sue, but she posted over in the community and I was like, I'm going to scrap lift that. She's like, go ahead. So lots of fun ideas. And then we have, I'm not going to go over all these, but we have all these fun additional layouts that you may or may have not seen over in the digital idea book. So this was another fun one. And again, we'll go through some of those. Created that actually when I was hanging out with Linda Hansen. So that was super fun. I loved it so much. I did 2 versions of that tree, and you can see change that paper. It kind of creates a different vibe. So that was really fun. Well, let's start with this one. Let's start with the candy corn. I get the most questions related to that page. We're going to share you some tricks in regards to that specific design. I am going to be using, me personally, so this layout that I did here, this paper is mostly from Photo Play's Creeping It Real, okay? And I got this from Scrapmania, so definitely if you love this and you are inspired by it, Scrapmania is a great place to get that. Also, this other page that we're going to go over and create I used, let me get the name of it really fast. I loved this line. I used Harvest, and that is from Cartabella. And I also got that at Scrap Mania. So definitely make sure to check that out. That's a really pretty line. So just, I'll mention it again as we pull them out here as we go along. And then another one, I thought maybe the candy corn page, I switch it up a little bit, and I'm gonna we're gonna try it out in a different color palette and create one together so you can see it from start to finish, because I saw this other candy corn page. Isn't that fun? Oh, there we go. It's like showing through the other side. It's kind of got this light teals and orange and yellow, of course, and that is Simple Stories. Simple Stories, Spooky Nights, and I also got that at Scrap Mania. So that one I pulled together really quickly. Now, like I said, I don't think in the candy corn, as we dive into this first layout, that you need necessarily a pattern that has candy corn. This pattern could be anything. Really what you really need if you want to grab something quickly, or like I said, just, you know, hang out and be inspired, is an orange, a yellow, and some kind of white or cream paper. That's really all it. It could be cardstock. It could be any of those. It doesn't need to be a pattern, I guess is what I'm saying. It could be a cardstock too. So, okay, so let's jump into the overhead. Now, I do have some treats. We're going to be giving away some treats, and we're going to manage those giveaways here. I found a tiny holiday set. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about that set. A homegrown, which I've used recently on a few pages. Love it. And then we also have triangles, which is what we're going to be using for the candy corn. I got Tiny Nature, a Harvest, and even an apple. I thought that could be fun with the tree from Creepy Crescents. You can do like an apple version. So we're going to give those away. So stick around, guys. Stick around. All right. Gwen says, was Creepy Crescent digital book free one? No, that one's in the shop. We ended up adding to it and putting some more sketches in it and all of that stuff. So that one's for purchase in the shop. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead to the overview. And like I said, I'm going to jump into this one. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but for the most part, it's just really fun to create. So that's why I wanted to walk through just kind of the steps and, you know, the tricks of this page, so to speak. I think the real trick on this page is, you'll see here the creepy crescents. I don't know how many of you guys noticed that, but this is the creepy crescents that I used, and I turned them into candy corns as well. So not only using the triangles for candy corn, but also the other candy corns. Now, remind you, rings is the other set I used here, and that can be 25% off right now. I'm assuming a lot of you guys have rings because it's a must-have. It's like an essential. If you don't have rings, it's an essential set to have. So let's pull out a background, and I'm going to start playing, and then I think what we'll do before David leaves me.
And I'll just say, just since we switched over to the overhead camera, if you guys can just let us know that you're hearing everything okay, then we'll be good to go across the board, I think.
Sweet. Yes, let me know since we're adjusting back and forth. And it's not blurry. Is it blurry?
Yeah. I'm
hoping it's a little
less blurry, not blurry.
Hopefully this is the cure. We do have a little bit of a glare though. I'll have to work on that next. Okay. I almost think a blue background would be really cute. I'm gonna have to pull this up so you guys can see. Oh, it's like got a shadow. It's just the time of night.
Yeah.
You know, here at Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
Sound is good, Valerie says. Good to go.
Good.
That's nice to know. We're going to try it. We're going to try a blue background. I can always flip it over and do like more of the cream, but I have this blue background. Again, this is Simple Stories. It has the candy corns. I keep calling them acorns, but they're not acorn, guys. Now that I said that though, squirrel, this same design could be so cute by taking the big acorn from Cozy Colors and the small acorn from Autumn. And you can almost do this nice, cute clusters with acorns as well. You know, next time, guys, fall. We're going to get past Halloween, and then we're going to jump. We're going to enjoy fall in November, and then we're going to enjoy all the winter and holidays in December. We got a lot of fun ideas coming your way. Actually, now that I say that, November 7th, you guys have it on your calendar? Okay, November 7th, we have a new release coming out with holiday seasons that I kind of was teasing you guys about last time, but that's the date. Got it on the calendar. So November 7th. We've been busy prepping for that. You know, I got to show you this other cute pattern here. This is from Echo Park. So I actually mix lines here a little bit, but I did grab this little ghost pattern. I probably won't use it on our acorn, but I thought that was so cute. You know, cute paper. It's addicting. So Echo Park, that's a cute one. Loved it. Okay, so as I mentioned, let's start with our candy corns, yellow, orange, and a white, a cream. Charlene, happy birthday! Oh, congrats! I'm so happy that you're celebrating it here. Hopefully you did something fun as well. Just kind of like treat yourself, I guess. But happy birthday. All right. So I have these oranges and yellows. Like I said, I just grabbed them from my stash. This could be solids or whatever, but just need some orange, yellows, and creams. There we go. Okay, so let's create some acorns together. And then I will do a quick giveaway. So triangles is going to be our go-to set for here. Gosh, you guys, you could do like a really big acorn, or I keep calling them acorns, candy corn, if you wanted to off to the side. So just decide what sizes you want. I did the largest one I did on this page was the number 3. And then I went down from there and I did a number 2 here and a number 1. So I used the smaller sizes. There's even that larger one in here. Again, this could be so cute. Totally transformed in a 2-page spread actually would be so cute. So, okay. I'm going to stick to a 1-pager just because of timing, but 100% this could be cute as a 1-pager. All right, so I actually took the base, I changed it up on various ones simply because of the paper that I'm using. So whatever paper that you probably feel more like that you have more of, you could use as the base of your candy corn. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to actually take the 3 sizes that I want. So 1, 2, and 3 of triangles. And I'm going to cut out a base. I'm going to use this yellow because I have a decent amount of that yellow. So that will be fine. All right, let's go ahead and find our pencil. That should be hopefully, there it is. I'm like, where's my pencil? Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and trace those out. Okay, I'm gonna start with the medium size first. Well, I might as well trace all the, I'm all about efficiency, you know? And so I'm just gonna go ahead and trace all the sizes that I think I'm gonna add. And I'm gonna stick pretty close to the design that I showed you guys so that we can just kind of walk through that step by step. I'm trying to think if I can fit this little triangle right here in this space. I think I can. There we go. And then I can almost flip that and do another small one. Like so. So those are the triangles. So again, whatever, it doesn't matter what base. It could be the orange as the base, the white as the base, or the yellow as the base. It really won't matter too much. Okay. And I'm just going to detach that. All right. And then, I mean, triangles, pretty basic, pretty simple, right? To cut out. I do use my rings more often, but I will say, because they're, like I was saying, they're so essential, but I will say triangles right there with that, right? It's just a nice essential shape. It's so fun to layer with, and it's so fun for various themes or events that you're scrapbooking in various ways. So whether you use them as solid triangles or use them as opened, you know, ring type triangles, those are super fun. Oh, Suzette, that's so fun. I did decorate my scrapbook room as well. You know what? It makes a fun mood. I think that's so fun. Actually, when I was at the crop last weekend, was that last weekend or the weekend before? I don't even know time anymore. One of the ladies we met there, she had a tablecloth on her space, and she had some fun little, you know, smelly things. And it was all fall. And I've seen that happen where you have like contests for, you know, tables at crops, but this was just her space. Like she just, you know, kind of set the mood with her space. And I thought, that is so great, because that just really makes you embrace the time and the fun that you're having. So I love that you decorated your space, even though we can't all see it. I love it that you did that. Okay. You don't really need to ink yet, actually. I have a habit of trace cut ink, but we don't need to ink in this case yet. So let's not ink yet. So I've actually noticed that on this one, I did, you know, because of the patterns that are on here, I did orange, yellow, white. I think this pattern meant, because it's almost kind of like an off orange. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that in the pattern. So I was just kind of looking at that, really just kind of getting so excited. I just jumped right in to make these candy corns, because they really did bring a smile to my face. I hope when you create them, they do the same thing for you. Oh, and story behind this, my daughter, Lacey, her favorite candy literally is candy corn. So of course, when the season comes, her birthday's in September, and she probably, all her friends know that it's her favorite. We know that it's her favorite. So she probably gets like 5 or 6 bags of candy corn, which makes me want to vomit thinking about, but she literally, it's her favorite candy. Anyways, so what I was saying is the colors, layers, is orange, yellow, white. But you could see here in this pattern, that's more specific, like it's clearer that the yellow is on the bottom. So I probably messed that up now that I'm seeing that, but it still looks cute. I don't know if any of you guys even noticed, but I think that it is yellow on the base. Oh, well, let me look at the candy corn in the picture. It is. It's yellow on the base, orange, white. So you get it. You get it. I didn't even notice that yet, because I was just, like I said, so excited. Sometimes you do that. So what I did for the next parts is I took the designer template back again, and I'm going to use it as kind of like a helpmate, like a guideline here. And so I just went up the space that I want on my triangle. So like right there. And then I take the medium size that I'm working with, and then I just do that. And if you want to cut a straight line or draw a straight line, I really don't think it makes two. So you just pull that up and do a straight line. Okay, so that's the case for those. Let me just go ahead and do these next ones. So again, the yellows are base, so that's going to be the bottom. So then what we're doing is we're just kind of pulling down on the triangle sizes that we used and only tracing that middle portion. Pretty simple, pretty easy right there, okay? And then of course, I'm going to go ahead and do the small ones. I think it does help to go from a straight edge of a paper. So, so instead of me coming in the middle and trying to like eye that, I'm just going to go to the straight edge of the paper and again, pull that down and just kind of trim that up. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And this pattern, we'll see what it looks like, but I was thinking, I'm trying to decide if I want it to all go that same way. I don't think it's that obvious of a pattern, so I don't think it's going to bother me personally. But if you do have a pattern and you want it to go all the same direction, just pay attention to that as well. Okay, so we're going to trim off that next layer. And then we're going to do the same thing for our white tip. We're just going to pull back on what section of the little triangles or the triangles in general that we trace out. Okay. And then again, you kind of just do a straight across like that. Sometimes I have to clean up the edges, and that's kind of why I said we don't need to ink yet, because inking will come back and do kind of a nice inking thing. Also, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't think every candy corn is exact. Like, it's not going to be exactly the same depth and, you know, the same width on the white and stuff like that. And so I didn't worry too much about that. Oh, let me pull out the white pattern here. Okay. We got some fun music happening here. So currently what I'm using is I mix and matched. So I had some yellow in my stash. I had this orange, very small piece that you can see from a leftover kit, and I thought that was the right orange. So I pulled that in. For the candy corn pattern itself, that I think is going to help me set this kind of mood just a little different than my other layout. This one's Simple Stories Spooky Night. So that's what I'm pulling there. Otherwise, you can see these pieces I've already cut in on previous projects. And so I don't know specifically what they're from, to tell you the truth. And like I said, I think this could be done with easily cardstock. Could be, give a nice crisp contrast between the orange, yellow, and white. But you guys know me, I love a good pattern. So I went through my little stash of patterns and found the little yellow and a little orange and pulled it all together. Okay, so let's say on the tip, right? Now here on the tip, because I don't know specifically where the widths are, because I wasn't too hyper focused on that, here's what I am gonna do. I'm gonna extend this out quite a bit, almost 3/4 of the triangle, because then I can just layer that piece behind and I don't have to have the frustration of being exact. So in this case, I'm not going to just trace out the tip. I'm going to let that tip be a little bit longer so that I cover my bases there, right? I probably don't even need that much, but does that make sense? Does that make sense? So I move pretty quickly. And so when I actually created this at a crop, and I had, like I said, the idea because my daughter loves candy corn, and then I saw that paper, and then the paper inspired it. That's kind of my thought process that I use to kind of make those decisions, is where I was like, oh, I don't want to spend, time spinning my wheels and overthinking it. So there you guys go. I tend to think like that as often as I possibly can, because I'm a big fan of efficiency wherever I can find it. So okay, so let me, like I said, I did a little longer on the white. Probably didn't even need to do this long, but I really don't want to wrestle with it. So now you can layer that on top. Right, let's take some adhesive. I will, because the orange is going on the middle layer, I am going to ink this top and sides already, because the top and bottom, once you layer it on there, you won't be able to ink it. But the sides of the whole candy corn, we will be, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so we're going to layer this on. And you can see, again, I need to clean that up, and that's okay. Actually, probably can move that over. Ooh, it's Ghostbusters. Do you guys hear this music, or is it just for me? Okay, so I did a little too long. I knew this one looked a little too long. I was like, oh, that's a little too long. Ghostbusters. Okay. And then this is what I was talking about. Like if you want to just trim it up, I think it's the easiest way to go about it. Just kind of trim up those edges and kind of align them so they all kind of meet. Mine just need a little trimming, just a little trimming there. Now I get to enjoy that kind of instant gratification of just taking a little ink and giving it a nice finished look around those edges. So satisfying. Now we're not done there yet. I guess I could have trimmed up my edges. So then from here, we need to round our corners. And so you got to take the point of the corners and you need to just kind of round them like so. You can, I just use my scissors here, really. Just kind of slowly round those corners. Now again, they don't need to be perfect because candy corns are not all perfect in their corners either. So I'm just going to throw it out there, guys. Doesn't need to be like perfect unison on all corners. And there we go. How fun is that? So cute. So cute. I love it. You guys, they're so much fun to create. If you haven't created one yet, you're going to have to. And if you, hopefully you're pulling it out and you're like, oh, and creating just yellow, orange, and white paper, guys. Yellow, orange, and white paper. How many of you guys like candy corn? I'm just curious. Yeah, so I can maybe eat like, I don't know, 2 or 3, and then I'm like, ugh, I'm done. So like I said, my daughter, her birthday is September 9th, and so I feel like that's right when the stores start bringing out the fall stuff, and so it's good timing for her because every year she gets a good amount of them. All right. So we'll repeat, right? So we're going to do the same steps. I'll turn this up just a little bit more. I think I was a little bit more cautious with my whites than I needed to be. But you can see it's easy to kind of just eliminate a little. I think it's worth it instead of spending the time to be measuring all of the elements exact. So my time's more worth it, I guess. And our time usually is. There we go. And then again, I'm going to just take a little of this sliver off here. Honestly, you couldn't even really see it. Probably nothing that inking couldn't have blended in on those edges a little. So cute. And then let's round those corners. Isn't that fun? So fun. Okay, so how many candy corns? Terry says she likes candy corns. I like it with nuts. Oh, Gwen, you just inspired me. I'm gonna have to try that and see if it like cuts a little of the sugar down. I think that's why I get a little overwhelmed with them after 1 or 2. Yeah, okay. Valerie said the same thing. Mixed with salted peanuts. It's a game changer. Okay, I guess I just got inspired as well. I'm gonna have to give this a try tomorrow. We don't have any in the house. Usually because if I go get it out of, then it's gone within days. Not even days. I take that back. It's 1 hour and it's gone because of Lacey. She just like eats it all. Okay. Did I not cut another white tip? I thought I cut them all, but maybe I didn't cut my last triangle. Okay. Well, again, let's ink that top middle one. Okay, so let's say you cut your base out of orange, right? Because I did mention that it's whatever pattern of paper or paper that you have the most of is rarely where I would start with the base. So here, I know you guys can't see, but I can see what layers. So like this base, I had the orange, but then this base was the yellow. And then I went back to the base where this is the orange. And I did that mostly because of what paper I was working with. So I just kind of made do with what paper I had. So if that's the case, if my base would have been orange, right, then I would have just lined this up on like, well, here's a yellow pattern right here. And I would have just traced out the bottom portion instead of like sliding it down and tracing out the midsection here. So that's one thing I just noticed. Again, I don't think it really makes a difference what the base is. You can't even tell on my page that this was the bottom layers, the yellow here. But on this one, these are layered on top of the orange. So, okay. Oh yeah, let's see. These little small ones, I take little delicate ones, but they're oh so cute. Oh, so cute. It's a great way to use your scraps. I mean, clearly I haven't even really made a dent on the scraps that I pulled out. I could make many, many more with the oranges and yellow and cream that I pulled out here, but all right. This one needs a little bit more trimming. I went down a little bit more than I think on that. Oh, before I ink, I'm gonna round my corner on this one. So just round it, kind of just glide it through your scissors. Just kind of hold your scissors there and then kind of round that corner and glide it. And then clean up, give it that nice finished touch. These are made for pop-up. Like I can't wait to throw a little bit of pop-up on the back of these and pop them up. I popped up these side ones and then kept the larger one not popped up in the middle, but they just, yeah, they scream pop up. They want pop up. So pop them up because that's super satisfying in and of itself. Okay, let me cut one more small top out because I guess I missed that when I was cutting it out. And actually, I can just use the tip here and cut that. That works. Okay. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Lots of fun though. I love easy but big impact. I always love when that happens. Easy to do, but big impact. And I think that's why they were so much fun to create. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. It feels a little wider than I want. And then place the acorn. Okay, well, hopefully you guys are all not acorn. I keep saying acorn. I don't know why that is. The candy corn. Hopefully you guys are all creating your own candy corn. I would love to see them. You know, just flood the community with these candy corns. Just know anytime I say acorn tonight, I mean candy corn. I guess my mind is already on acorns. Okay, there are our funny finished. Oh, nope, we gotta round this one. Candy corns. Little Addams Family playing in the background. The Addams Family. Okay, little trick one done here. I'm gonna now pull out the creepy crescents and we're gonna do our little crescent of candy corns. That was a little bit more just, I don't know. It took more time, I think, than that, but we'll see. We'll see. I can't remember. Either way, they both were fun. Let's do a giveaway though. Oh, I was like, did I not cut that out? I did. So super cute. Yes, need a little pop-up. I am just going to throw a little pop-up on that. Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. All right, so these lives, it's just random giveaways. Make sure you guys know where the comments are. It's a little different on phone, so I always like to mention that so people can get over to the comments section because that's where I'll be picking winners. Okay, and What's my music station called? It's on Pandora. I don't know. I just searched Halloween music. So far, it's been pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I just had to do that. I don't know what it is about inking and pop-up. I need to feel like that satisfaction of seeing that. Okay, let's do, you know what? I'm gonna just, when the winners pick, they get to choose. We're gonna do these two a la cartes together. So the pumpkin and the apple. We got Tiny Nature in the mix here for some fall festive designs. Triangles, homegrown, like I said, and Tiny Holiday, which a lot of you guys have been, some of you guys have been mentioning. It's a fun one. Vaulted. So that one's vaulted. First person in the comments to mention what day is my daughter Lacey's birthday, who loves candy corn. What day is her birthday? Do you guys remember? I mentioned it. What day is her birthday? Brenda Bailey, September 9th. Yes, she got it right there. I love it. Brenda Bailey. I see yours first. Brenda, okay, do you want the apples and the pumpkins, nature, homegrown? Homegrown has the sunflower, the pocket, the fence, super cute. Tiny Holiday has a variety of ghosts, pumpkins, poinsettias, trees, and the triangles. Let me know in the comments, Brenda, and I will write your name on it. And then you need to email support@kiwilane.com and tell them that you are the winner, and we will get that sent off to you. Terry says, I'm so bad at these, I freak out. I know. I try to give everybody a warning when the comment is, but it's like, I feel you though. It's okay. We have more giveaways today. We have more. Maybe it just takes a little bit more practice, Terry. We'll get to it. Okay, Brenda, I'm going to homegrown. Perfect. Let me screenshot that. Okay, the other ones are still up for grabs here, guys. They're still up for grabs. Okay, let's put our little tricks of candy corns here. And we did a treat of a giveaway. So let me do this other piece of this page, which is this fun trick of using the creepy crescents. And we're going to pull that out and create that. So where did my creepy crescents go? I just showed it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is creepy crescents number 4. I will say creepy crescents number 4 was also really fun. Let me show you an alternative way. If you guys, I know we went through a lot of these when we released it, but it's always fun to show them again, just various ways. So creepy crescents I used right here, kind of like a mid trim to the border with this. This is Nature Walk border. But I think that creepy crescents could also be fun along the trim of like Paisley Place. So that's another fun way you can use that. And then I also just used it almost like a ring, mixing it with this other ring, but instead of overlaying it on the ring, right, which is usually how the crescents work, is are really fun overlays to layer on top of rings or ovals, or just depending on what crescent you're using. But in here, I just used it as a little tuck to fill in that space. Really open, kind of the same design purpose that a lot of times rings can do and use them as halves. So that's a lot of fun. But so you can use it even as a sun, tucking out of something, right? In this specific scenario, we are going to turn them into candy corn. We're going to turn it into candy corn. Okay, so I need my yellow paper. So I actually do recommend starting with your base with the bottom color. And so I did orange initially, but as we already talked about, that wasn't the case. So I'm going to trace. It takes good spacing on your paper naturally, but that's okay. That's probably a good way to do it. Okay. So we're just going to trace this out. And it's really similar steps for the most part. We're going to trace out our base and then add middle sections and tips. And then we're going to round the top pieces. That's really what gives you the candy corn effect, is rounding that top. So you'll notice that if you don't round the tops, then it doesn't quite hit the impact. So you got to round the tops. Okay. And you could keep this whole, like I don't have to, now that I'm looking at it, necessarily use a trim. I could, you know, pull in rings or something. Actually, let's try that. Why not? Switch it up. Right? If you wanted to thicken it a little bit, which does help when you're layering it out, I would pull in maybe, okay, so this is rings number 5. And I'm just pulling that down and thickening that a little bit more so that we have more to tuck into the rings itself. Okay. I'm going to extend it just a little bit more. I want a little bit more length on that. Okay. This is going to help. So when we layer rings back over, I had to, like, because I was testing it out first, I had to like add a little thickness of the base color in again. And I want that yellow to show. So I want just a little of that show to show even after, say, we lay a rings over it, if you do that. So I didn't really extend it too much, but you can see just right here, I wanted that to be a little thicker. So rings number 5, which you'll notice here on Creepy Crescents, it says layers with rings number 5. So that's how you can see that they work hand in hand here. All right, let me go ahead and cut out this specific Creepy Crescent. And then, of course, all of this inside of this yellow, I'm going to have to make more candy corn because they're so fun. All right, so with this specific design, it's just kind of a back and forth. Back and forth. You can also, if you don't like the back and forth, this is actually a clipping approach to this cutting. It's way easier. So you just got to detach it if that's what you're going to do. And this is actually easier, I think, when you clip one way. Whenever you have these straight line designs, this is what I mean when I say a clipping approach. You just kind of cut it by clipping in. And I find it to be, again, more efficient. I guess the word of the day is efficient in some cases, but where you go one way, so I find it to be more efficient if you just go one way and then clip back the other way. So whenever I have designs like that, I tend to just approach it that way. Okay. There we go. Okay. You could probably use those for tips of candy corn, but typically those I just throw in the trash whenever I have little clips like that. But these little scraps definitely can be turned into candy corn like we just saw. So no doubt about that. Okay, so then the next part is to cut the middle parts out, right? And so what I do here is I take the little design here. I have like a tracing on here. Must have been from another, from my stash. Let me see if I can erase a little of that. Okay. So similarly, we're going to bring down the tip, extend that past the paper itself. So right, I'm not lining it with the edge of the paper. I'm bringing the template down a little bit. And we're really just going to do the same thing. We're only going to trace just middle of that. And that will become our middle section, and then we'll cut the tips. So I don't know if every point of these, because we don't usually strive with our templates to be completely uniformed. We actually like them not to be completely uniform. We feel like it adds to the handmade effect of it. But for me, I just used the same one and then I just trimmed up where needed, again, just because it was more effective. So you're just going to do that same thing, and you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You need 12 of those. The other option is you can cut one out, right? You could take this, cut it out, and then you can almost use that as a template if you wanted to as well. So whatever works more effectively for you, that is another option there, but you need 12 of them. So basically what I'm saying is, like, once you have kind of a base here, right? That one's a little too much width for me. Then we can use that as a template. So then I can take this, lay it on top. Actually, if you flip it over, there we go. Then you're not doing pattern on top of pattern. That's using cardstock here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not, like, again, I'm not too specific on sizing or positioning or anything like that. I like the straight edges because then I don't have to cut the straight edge, but working with straps here. So, oh, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that first row off, cutting at the top of the head of those. That way I have another straight edge to start again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, need 12. So you guys get the idea here, right? So then you're going to add those in, and then I have another straight edge here. So that's why I was looking for that, because I'm like, it's easier to clip, because when you go to cut these, we're just going to clip it. And so that will be easier. Actually, it's probably harder to trace around my long nails than anything. Not impossible though. Okay. Cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I think I'm at 10. And then go ahead and trim off one more row. There we go. Clean this up a little. And then one more. So again, once you kind of get one that you like the sizing of, you can do that. I will say, when it came to the acorns here, they were very varied on my last page. Like, they weren't all exact as far as the length of the orange versus the white versus the other piece. Okay, I think key here is to have a clipping pile when you go to a clipping approach and a final pile. So I'm going to come back over here, final, clip, right? Keep that one piece different than your trash piece. And then go back. Like so. Oops, got them mixed up. I actually stopped thinking for a moment. Which is why it's so good, because you get into a flow state and you stop thinking. But in this case, I needed to be, I was trying to think. I was trying to keep thought process going. Okay. So since the middle is the inking part, I would ink all those. I would take a minute and I would ink those. Again, I've heard people different times preference inking. I actually just was chatting with another lady and she's like, I like the look of inking, but I just don't want to take the time to ink. And then I kind of stopped her and I was like, well, what are we talking about? Like, what is the time? Like, really, what are we talking about? If you know, at the end of your layout, if you don't want to do it in between steps, like how much time do you think it takes to just ink all those elements? And then she's like, I don't know, actually maybe only like 15 minutes. And I said that. I was like, yeah, 15 minutes probably, maybe. And so I was like, that's really what we're talking about. That's the difference here is 15 minutes. So I'm like, if you like the look, really, when you say I don't have the time, what you're really saying is 15 minutes. And so she was like, you're right. So I think just a little inking goes a long ways as far as the results. Now, some people just don't like the inking. They don't like the, you know, the distressedness of it. And that makes sense. But if you're a fan of it, but still hesitant because you're thinking, oh, it takes too much effort, just remember next time you say that, be like, well, what I'm really saying is 15 minutes is too much effort. I think it's a nice little added touch. Okay. And then I would pull in some liquid adhesive because these little pieces will be easier to attach with liquid adhesive. So versus my tape runner. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true, Terry. If you like the not so distressed, the powder puff inks, I agree with that. They're a little softer than the distress ink. So 100%. That's a good point. So if that's also, you're like, oh, I don't like the distress, but I like the finished look, then maybe just a different inking would be nice. Different ink brand. I actually love when my ink pad gets worn down. I actually don't prefer a brand new ink pad. I prefer a good, well-used ink pad because I think it's the right quantity of ink on my page. So that's kind of the steps. And then we're going to go ahead. You know what? I should have done the white tip first. I should have done the white tip and tucked it in behind. I got, again, too excited. So learn from me. It's the same reason I said the reason on the candy corn is because then you don't have to be too specific on the length. Now I have to go in and fill that space. But I guess I could have stopped, but I was already in the motion. I think I was worried about losing them more than anything. I was like, what if I'm going to lose these little pieces? But also I'd love to see progress. But it really is the more effective, easier way to go approach it is to do the top before you do the middle. So these little small ones on the sides, they are definitely smaller than the other ones. Looks like I was short one, so I need one more. I'm just going to cut one more. Okay. I'm not going to round the top till we add the white, though. Because you want to round those together. Okay. Now, if you want to trim these up a little bit, you could. So like I see a little spots here that where the edges aren't quite aligning. So I'll just turn it over and just, let's see, and then this way, just a little bit, you know, just to, you know, have those meet a little bit more cleaner. It's not too bad though. Like I said, when you look at it from the front, you actually really don't notice too much. This last one is the one that I really noticed. Okay. Well, I should have done those tips first. That's okay. So then I'm going to take this, and this is where you get more detailed. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut little squares. I'm gonna just cut, see if that works really fast, because I did it the other way this time. And I really don't want to be, I think that's gonna be quicker for me. Again, add some glue. And then I'm gonna add the tip. And then you could just flip it over and trim that up. Waste a little bit more of your paper, but I feel like that's gonna be nice and quick. In this case, quicker, as I should say. And then once you, of course, add them, then I'd go back and give another ink. You guys see that? Here, I'm gonna round this corner of this one so that we can see. You just round, just a slight rounded corner there. And then it's coming together. One at a time, candy corn. If only Lacey ate candy corn as slow as this. The bag of candy corn, by the way, would be gone. The whole time we've been doing this for the last, 40 minutes or so, that's how long it takes her to eat a bag of candy corn. Not long at all. I could do the tips, I guess, the other way too. I'm gonna try both ways. So let me switch gears and I will see what way I think. I feel like that way, again, I can just kind of line it up and not deal with such a small piece. Because right now, I think what's throwing me off is my long nails, and I have to like come in here, and if I had to, do that and then cut them up. Already I can tell that would take longer for me. And I'm just inking the bottom again, because that's the only piece, and then I'll go back and clean up the edges. Okay, I'm going to just go back to my other approach. And then, so I'm just cutting kind of like squares on those. All right, once we get done with this last, on this page, tip here, I am going to do another giveaway. So Terry, that's your warning. You gearing up? You gearing up for it? Oh, let me just throw this in a pile. This is why I recommend switching to some liquid glue to the details. It makes a huge difference with the well, it has nothing to do with the result. It has more everything to do with the frustration. So sometimes in this case where it's just like switching, like I said, to a liquid glue makes a big difference in just feeling more settled in the process. Okay. Got a little glue on my webs. Okay. I feel like that actually was easier than the way I did it the first time. So, that's the benefit of doing something multiple times. I actually do think that doing the tops this way was a lot easier than trimming them out as a triangle. Okay, let me let that dry for a moment. And then I'm going to flip it over and trim them off. That's actually kind of interesting. Look at that design with the triangle or the squares on the top there. I'm trying to think it makes me think of teeth, actually. I'm trying to think what else it looks like. Well, if you covered that with a ring, I don't know, the squares is kind of fun different design for different reason, but cute. Thriller just came on, guys. Classic Thriller. Yeah, it does look like a melted cheese. This is my sweet Fortuna. It's a glue gun. Yes. These are like a game changer for sure. It just helps. Linda actually, yeah, she is the one. I saw her use it, but then of course, it's just such a. I remember with liquid glue, right? One, I do have a little topper that I still use because I don't like when it gets clogged, but it would always get clogged, and I'd have to put it under warm water. And so by keeping it on this stand, it actually helps so that the tip doesn't dry out. But the second thing is the dispensing. So with the tip here, it actually dispensed the right amount of good liquid as well. Got this at Scrap Mania as well, guys. So you can do that. I will post Scrap Mania's information. I meant to connect with Stacy and see if she wanted to do a giveaway or something in this event, but I forgot to. But and just post her information. I didn't gather that. But or if you have a store that you like to support for those, they're a great item to have as your tool set. I mean, like I said, it's a game changer for the dispensing of, as far as like how much gets dispensed, but also just I can't tell you how many times I've used liquid glue before that thing that I just almost avoid it because it wasn't convenient. But in this case, now it's so nice. I feel more willing to flip through like from liquid to like a glue gun back to liquid, depending on what specific detail I'm working on. Okay, then again, you have to round that corner, right? So you just kind of go through and round just lightly around the corner. Little mountaintops. They look like little mountaintops too. They kind of have that approach to them, depending on if you were scrapbooking, maybe an outdoor mountaintop could also be fun. And then let's ink a little bit. And that inking is really going to soften the edges too, because I was not perfect on my edges, nor was I on the other layout either. I definitely don't get too crazy about those little details as far as right shape. Although I see this right here, I'm going to trim that off. And this one. There we go. Little candy corn circle. And then of course, you can take a pattern here, cut that out of your circle. I did two sizes of circles on this layout. So if you're adding a circle base, that's really fun. I used 4 and 5 here. And I did black cardstock for the inside, just to give it a little depth. And then a pattern on that one. So we can cut those out really fast. And then probably what I'll do is I'll switch to the other layout just because of time's sakes tonight. I don't want to keep you guys too late. I know it's Wednesday, but the Halloween Eve, right? Halloween Eve here. So Simple Stories always has these, of course, really cute designs on the back. I did not buy this paper with that in mind. But this trick or treat could be really cute on it. So I think what I'll do is I'll stick to this side of the paper just in case I do choose to use that one. The other ones are a little more busier for me, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. So actually in this case, I'll use Linda's slide, flip, and flip technique just to make sure I'm on the right side of the pattern that I wanted to keep away from, which is up here. Okay. the other candy corn, the one from Echo Park, that I did that first one with, again, this is Simple Story Spooky Nights, but this one I used, I made a 2-page layout out of this too, and I still have lots of it left to make out of it. It's the photo play, creeping it real. So I don't know where my other 2-page layout is, but that one's in the shop. These other layouts are in the digital I Did book, and it has fun sketches and ideas so that if you need a little quick inspiration, definitely the Creepy Crescents digital I Did book that's in the shop is awesome to have. Let me actually grab that link. Throw it in the comments just in case any of you. Slide, flip. Exactly. I think I said side flip. And then, of course, rings is 25% off. So rings is 25% off. Most of you guys have rings, right? I'm just going to assume rings because, like I said, it's such an essential. We use it so much. Now, here, since I am cutting out of rings, actually, this is a good little tidbit here. I'm going to cut the outside edge, one, to kind of detach it from my big sheet of paper. Always detach. Detach. If this was a great, like, 2-sided pattern, I wish almost that would have been great. If this color was on the other side or this color, then I could have actually cut both of those rings out together because they're nesting rings. So I would have been able to then just stick this one inside, trace it, and then flip it over and have another pattern. But this pattern won't work because the other side's not what we're working for. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Yeah, these candy corns are further apart, which unfortunately I'm like, oh, I don't like that they're further apart. Almost to the point now I don't know if I want to. I almost want to just keep it as a circle. See, these ones were closer together from the Creeping It Real. Again, I got these papers from Scrapmania. And so I feel like you got to see more of the candy corn in the pattern. And these ones, you just don't get to see it as much. So I think I might keep it as a full circle because of that. So I thought that would be a really fun idea. I'm going to have to follow through and finish that page. Yeah. And then of course, I can't wait to see all of the candy corn that you guys create. Okay. Let's do a giveaway. I think, oh, we're still getting more people in. Let's give it a moment. Actually, then if we're waiting one more moment for more people to jump on, because slowly but surely they're getting back in. Let's finish out our candy corn. Oh, okay, well, that's good to know, Linda. She said I cut off right when I put the circle down. So I was saying, then you put the candy corn down here, you put your pictures, but another thought I was having was I was saying I just added a strip. You could add a border here. And then I was thinking about Spook Alley, because Spook Alley is one of the sets that are also 25% off right now. And so this one actually is being vaulted too. It's been around for quite a bit, but if you go over to Creepy Crescents and you go down to the 25% off section, this one's also on sale. And there's only like 50 left, guys, in the shop last time I checked. But I was looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, we could use Spook Alley and same tips, same trick here where you can use the tips and create little candy corn out of the tips. I know you can't really see Spook Alley down there at the bottom on that light blue, but that could be really cute. Or you could flip it. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to just throw it out there that I better get to the next giveaway really, really quickly, right? Because who knows how long it will stay intact for us. So who's ready for a giveaway then? I really got to see your guys' comments though. So I'm going to try one more time to connect from my desktop so I can see your guys' comments. Join as participant. I really got to see your guys' comments though. So I'm going to try. Okay. There we go. I can see you guys. Oh, good. We have more people joining. Yay. Okay. Yay, Jody. Oh, yay. Yeah. Plus, yeah. Oh, way to take the fun out of it. Interwebs. Technology. This is why I don't scrapbook with technology. I prefer scrapbooking with my hands because technology could take the fun out of things so quick. But at the same time, I'm so grateful for technology. I'm so grateful for it. Joni, I guess it could. I keep emailing Circle though, and they keep telling me it is. So I had my husband look at the overhead to make sure it wasn't fuzzy, which it seemed to be doing good. But then now the internet connection is saying it's low. So now I got to get on the phone with the internet connection. I mean, Circle, I mean, it could be. They have a lot of people use their platform. So I'm assuming that their programmers are always working on it. But I know that it's not as like up to scale as like say Facebook or something either, but it's nice to have the RCPs and have it here. Guys, good. A few more of you jumping on. Yay. Okay. Then I'm going to do a giveaway. I think there's enough of us here. I want to throw another giveaway in for the night. And I was talking about Spook Alley and it's being retired. And then I looked up when Spook Alley came out, like what year Spook Alley came out. And that's the giveaway question. So in the chat, it's kind of like a random pick a year that you think, unless you think you know, what year did Spook Alley, the border set, get released? Because it's about to go into the vault. The moment it sells out, it's going to go into the vault. So, yeah, let me go in the comments before the interwebs decides to kick us out again and go to sleep. What year did we release Spook Alley? The first person that I see that gets the year, Shelly says 2018. Nope. 2019, 2020, 2017. Nope. Haven't seen it yet. 2012. Nope. 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 2021, 2011, 2009. Nope. I haven't seen it yet. We haven't quite hit it on the nose. 2016. Nope. Who will it be? It's still up for grabs, guys. 2008, 2015, 14, 17, 13. Shelly Ruckles. That's the one we were missing in the mix of all that. Shelly Ruckles. It's 2013. 2013 is when Spook Alley was released. So you're the winner, Shelly. You are the lucky winner. Okay, what set would you like? We have Tiny Holiday. Can you not see my video now? It's really not working on the desktop. I can see your guys' comments though. Shelly, let me know. You won, Shelly Ruckles. Oh, nope. Homegrown is the one that we already got picked. We have Tiny Nature, Tiny Holiday, Triangles, or these two cute, they kind of come together. We're going to throw those together. Harvest and Apple, because they're really cute. For Harvest memories. So fun. Shelly, what ones would you like so I can take a screenshot and you can email support and then we know what's left. Yay, congrats. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to pull this idea to the side and we'll see how much we can do in the next 20 minutes. I won't keep you guys too late, but we will see if we can showcase the next idea, which I wanted to at least show you guys. So I'll finish up my idea. If you create some candy corn, I'd love to see them and see your finished pages and celebrate those finished pages with you. I'm definitely going to be playing around with Spook Alley, I think, on that next layout because it looks so cute. Love that thought of Spook Alley. So again, that's using Creepy Crescents number 4. Yay. Okay, Shelly, Triangles it is. It's a good one. Love it. So again, make sure to email support so they can get your shipping stuff and we can get that sent off to you. Congrats, congrats. So fun. Okay, one more trick, one more treat. I'm gonna go so fast in the next 20 minutes. The next idea was using the Creepy Crescents tree. I think it's just like, I feel like it won the favorites. You guys like commented on the post and it was such a fun piece. Of course, all of these are super fun. You have the webs and the pumpkins and even the ghost and the thing, and I've just loved seeing all of you guys' fun ideas. And you can see more inspiration in the Creepy Crescents digital idea book. So all of these samples close up is nice in that digital idea book. I will say first off that as far as this cute layout, talking about acorns, it has acorns on it. This is Tiny Seasons. Some of you guys might have it, some of you might not. It's in the vault, and I was like, oh, because it's so perfect. The little Tiny Seasons here leaf from Tiny Seasons is perfect with this branch. So if you happen to have it, you have to try this. It's so fun of using the two together. It was so fun. I wish it was not in the vault because I would love for all of you guys to try it. It's just such a cute design. I had so much fun doing that. But the one that I wanted to show you guys, do you guys know what I'm talking about? This layout that Bobby Sue did. It is so cute. And what she did is she took the branch and she did two of them. Here, let's pull out a background so we can actually see this. I'm going to actually pull out this lovely harvest paper that I picked up Scrapbooking and fell in love with the moment I saw it. Linda's husband, Linda's husband was like teasing us because he's like, how much wallpaper do you need? And I'm like, there's never enough wallpaper if you ask me, but at the same time there is. But there is. I love it. So I love this pattern. I thought it was just so cute. The plaid and just the color palette was so nice and clean. I loved having that. So I'm just gonna do, maybe we'll do like a pink background. I don't know how this layout's gonna turn out per se, but so what she did is she created a heart. She took one branch on this side and then flipped it and almost made it look like a really cute heart, right? So fun. And I thought it was just such a cute idea. I'm trying to think if I can, in the comments, I bet you I could put a screenshot. Let's see if that works. Hold on. Okay. Let's do attach picture. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it and see if I can throw it in the chat so you guys can see her post. Do you see how she made that? I just posted it in the chat so you can check it out. Just such a fun, cute idea on, you know, kind of extending those out and kind of making them come in a little bit. I think it looks like she adjusted it maybe just a little bit. Probably here at the end. That's probably what she did. And letting those cross paths at the top. You guys probably saw this idea, but isn't that so cute? Isn't that such a fun, cute idea? I thought it was adorable. And wanted to share that trick with you guys. So really quickly, I'm going to cut those out. And then we'll do one more treat, one more giveaway, and then call it a night before the internet decides to give out on us again. I'm a little nervous. I feel anxious trying to decide if it's going to work or not. I will say the burlap is perfect for this. Pulling in some burlap paper, if you have burlap paper, it's like made for this design, if you ask me. It would be so cute on this design. Let me grab some burlap paper here really fast. I think would be so cute. This is what I did here on this burlap. On that too. So I think I can easily get 2 out of there. Okay. So similarly, we're going to trace this out, of course. You want to trace one way, and then when you trace the other one, flip it, and then trace the other one. So I kind of just glide it along the edge and then kind of lift my fingers as I go. It does take a little bit of, what would you call that? Like picking up your fingers, moving them, and then just kind of like gliding your fingers around. Okay? Then we're going to flip it and we're going to do one the other way. If you can get it into the cracks, I think it's a little bit more efficient use of your paper. We'll have this kind of open space here. You could turn it this way too. That's probably actually less waste. So I'll do it that way. As long as you flip it, just make sure you flip it and then keep it that angle, but then you can rotate it and move it around your paper until you find kind of a way where it gets nice and snug from your efficient use of your paper. So pull out that fall paper, pull out that Halloween paper, create some candy corn, create some branches. If you have tiny seasons, just know that it looks so cute with this branch. It looks really, really cute. It was fun. I think this would be really cute as like a spooky, like a heart that's spooky, right? More with maybe like more, oh gosh, kind of this though. Like maybe you take a black, it doesn't even have to be black glitter paper, it could just be black, but you could do more of a spooky feel. I did 2 wrapped here, but even in this heart shape could be really cute with that approach as well. Yes, yes, Kelsey. Linda and her burlap, I agree. But I really think it just screams for the burlap here. I think Linda, I don't think there's a page that Linda, I didn't see in her album when I was looking through her album a few weeks ago that did not have burlap in it. I'm curious to see if there is a page that doesn't have burlap. It's a fun texture though. It really is such a fun texture to work with. You know, good scissors makes, you gotta have good scissors for it, for sure. And I do think some help scissors are great. So I'm just kind of trimming around that. I don't want to wrestle with this. So I need to get that out of the way. And then of course, I probably would trim off these little edges too. Just try to be as, like, I like to save, especially with this like burlap paper, I like to save any little pieces I can because these could be cute little leaves or top of a pumpkin, right? Super cute. And then on the tree, of course, it's just kind of a back and forth. I will say that I don't clip in yet. So I do the little details on this specific design later. I'm going to actually detach these as well. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of shavings. I'm going to have to clean that up. So what I was saying is, like, I didn't come into this one and clip that yet. I'll probably just come back and do that. So I kind of go like a very clipping approach. So I follow the cuts around where I can. That just got really loud. But otherwise, I kind of do little sections at a time and then come back and clean up the edges. Even this right here, I don't really even cut the end off. It looks like it's fine. So I just kind of work my way around that design. And then I'll come in and clean out the middle end of this. Let me see if I can turn that down a little. It feels loud to me. You guys might not even be able to hear it. Another fun thing to do with this branch is pull out your buttons and just do cute little buttons on the ends of your tree branch. Could also be really cute. Super cute. All right. There we go. I will say, like, this one takes a little bit more detail cutting because I take one branch at a time. It's just kind of my way of going about it. I just kind of take one little branch, work myself around it instead of the continual cut like I often do. And then when you're using the burlap, of course, it's a little thicker. So you just need to slow your cuts down a little bit, but that's where a good pair of scissors does help in this regards. And then one more little cut right there. Okay. Let me shake this off so we can see what our branch looks like there. And then of course we'll have another one kind of like coming in there. I bet you, Bobby Sue's not on here, but I bet you she actually brought those in now that I'm looking at it. Kind of like in like that. That's probably what's more. And then extend these out. So I probably should have extended those out, but I also think you could just do a really cute, she did a heart across the, did that image come through the comments? I'm just curious. The Love Life heart rack, let me see if I can find that one. I was looking and seeing if I can find it. Or you could do, I was looking and seeing, we could do cute little pumpkins, the harvest pumpkins down here. So you kind of can, you know, close that off. And I think hearts would just be so cute. I think the Love Life hearts would be so cute. Like the one, did it show up in the comment? Did you guys see that? Bobby Sue's layout? Such a cute idea. Such a cute idea. I just thought it was so cute. And just a fun way to also use these designs. Let me go ahead and cut this one. So that's another tip and you know, that I wanted to share with you guys, trick. But overall, actually this page I did design when I was with Linda. I called it my Linda page. You know why I called it my Linda page? Because I use glitter paper and burlap, and she does tend to use those often. So it just needed it. And I think it was because I was at the class with Linda we did a couple weeks ago. I think last week. I don't know where I'm at on my weeks, but I think it's maybe been a week now. Anyways, and I, you know, the vibe, it screamed for it. I've been holding on to those pictures for some time. This is of my daughter, Riley, and she loves to sketch, and we went camping, gosh, back in, what year was that? 2021, I'm gonna say. And it was of course fall, and she was in her element, and it's just nice. It's nice seeing them just kind of, you know, disconnect, and she just was enjoying it. And of course it was like picture perfect moment, like the pond behind. Couldn't get any better than that. So I was holding on to those pictures for some time because I took them and they were just like such cute pictures that turned out. The scenery couldn't have been better. And so it was fun to create this page because I just kind of really added the details to it to really enhance the moment. Just adding a little bit more of the, I guess you could say, specialty paper in this case for this special moment that I've been holding on to. So I really enjoyed creating that page. I've enjoyed all the pages, surprisingly, that I've created with Creepy Crescents. It's just been such a fun set. If you haven't played with it yet, I highly encourage pulling it out. If you need a little bit of that inspiration, you know, check out the digital idea book for Creepy Crescents. It's all in one place that you can purchase from the shop. And then, you know, just pick one of the ideas and then have fun creating with, because it's such a fun design to work with. So here is kind of that approach. And then of course, if you want to pull in Tiny Season, where is it? Oh, there it is. Let me show you which one is so cute with this. It's just the little leaf in Tiny Season. This little guy. Tiny Season we released to go along with the snap frames and stuff, and it was so cute in the back of the little truck. Ooh, the truck could be cute on here. Oh, all the fall stuff. It could be so much fun to create with. But anyways, so cute. And then you can see it's just like perfect sizing. Actually, maybe you can't see. Can you guys see that? So you could dress up the leaves. You could put a few on there. But the other idea that I was sharing with you is you could just take, like, say, some buttons if you don't want to add the leaves, or maybe you even have some punch leaves or something. Could be so cute. But you could take some buttons and you could just add those to the tips of the branches. That's also really cute. I've seen that being done. So you can do a lot or you can do a few, but just take some buttons and kind of add them right to the tips of those branches. And then if you're using burlap, you want to use some liquid adhesive, but that could be really cute. Little detail, something like that could be really cute as well. Yeah, it can totally be used over and over again, Joni. For each season, you could do fall, you could do spring, you could do summer. You can even, like, if you wanted it to be summer, you could add some trees behind it, right? Actually, let's see what that looks like. Let's test it. Let's play with it. I'm going to pull in our Tiny Nature that we have here in our giveaway pile, because this little guy is such a cute flower, right? Makes such a cute flower. You can combine it with the leaf here. But I've used this as, like, I'm trying to think, you could dress up, you can have multiple little patches of tree bushes on your design too. And it's all about the paper. So you use spring paper, it feels springy. If you use summer paper, you can have a summer tree. Fall trees, you can't ever go wrong with nature. Nature is a great inspiration. So much fun. Oh yeah, Christmas and hanging Christmas ornaments and poinsettia flower. You get it. Ooh, a wreath wrapped ribbon could be cute. A little hanging something there could be so cute. And then, or of course, like, you can make it spooky by using the other creepy crescents in there. I will say I really layered up this flower. I used nature, and then I used the homegrown flower here in the middle, and then the new flower from the last Kiwi Club kit, or actually November's Kiwi Club kit, and we haven't gotten to that one yet, but I used that flower here that's in the November's Club kit. And then I used some tiny plants. Can never go wrong with tiny plants. And then cozy colors and cozy colors. So I really layered and mixed and matched elements on this page with aspen border. And all of that's listed in the Creepy Crescents Digital Idea book as well. So what templates and designs we used, so that you don't have to guess. But I really layered that flower, and I love doing that sometimes, where I just kind of get immersed in a little section of the layout. And I like details. I'm more of like simple cute, but sometimes it's fun to get lost in the details. And when I think details, I think layering is really where I think of details. Just to kind of really add on to those designs. I use that same flower actually here on this last page we did too. That's the same sunflower from Homegrown, which Brenda won, right? Brenda, you're the winner of that. So super cute and really fun to layer with nature, Tiny Nature in this case. But the nature is also really fun. I could have done the other layer, nature, and done like 4 layers. So I often do 2 layers. Every once in a while, I'll go to 3 layers, like in this case. And boy, is it fun to really go to 4 layers. But it's really great too, because you don't get, again, that bulkiness. So, well, guys, I'm looking at the clock, and I know the internet's, I'm glad we got at least back there, but I feel still anxious about the internet. And so I'm just gonna leave you with that idea. I promise I'll finish my layouts. You finish your layouts. We'll share them in the community. Hopefully you're inspired by either one of those tricks, as far as fun, just fun little tricks that you can do with the creepy crescents and other Halloween and fall inspiration. So much more, like I said, in the Creepy Crescents Digital Idea book. Let's blend it with a fun giveaway treat. We need one more giveaway in the mix. I still have these few. So let me see what we can do here as far as a question in the comments. I got so lucky with the other ones. They just came to my mind, and now I'm like, oh. Okay, let's go with a number. Good old number. And I almost picked 31, but I thought that was a given, 31 for Halloween. So I'm just going to throw it out there. I didn't pick 31 because I was like, that's too easy. But really, though, happy Halloween tomorrow, guys. I hope you really enjoy this season in general, especially as we go into the, the November and December. It's just such a fun time. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and just being a little bit of festive tonight. It's been really fun. Even with the technology issue, it's been fun. So I'm going to pick a number. We're going to really stretch this out a little bit. Let me think here. Let's do 1 through 50. Hold on. I need to pick a number before you start spitting numbers out there. Okay. I have a number. Go for it. You don't know if you can win until you win. So just go for it. I have a number. So 1 through 50. First person I see with the lucky number is going to pick one of these other sets, and I will get it sent off to you. 1 through 50 is quite broad, so pick it out. Pick it out of the hat, basically. I haven't seen it yet. Sometimes it goes so fast I get nervous I'm gonna miss it, but I don't think I've seen it yet. I think we're still good. I'm not sure what B stands for, what your last name is, but I don't think we have multiple Amy's that are Amy B on here. So hopefully, Amy, yes, you are the winner, Amy. Yay! That didn't take too long. Good. Okay, Amy, Tiny Nature, Tiny Holiday, or Apple and Harvest? You get a pick. Pick away. Congratulations. Woohoo! Yes. Yay. These are treats that, won't add calories, so it's good. Although tomorrow I plan to have some of my kids' treats. They always have to pay their mom and tax with their Halloween candy. So I love picking out their, Amy, let me know what set you want. That's what I was waiting for. So whenever you get a chance, when I see your comment, you might have already typed it. But Almond Joys, they hate them. Anytime they get them in their, candy from trick-or-treating, they give them all to me. I don't even have to ask for them. They just give them to me. So I get to stock up on some Almond Joys during the season. Awesome, Amy. Tiny Holiday it is. We will get those sent out to you. So again, congrats to our winners, Amy, Shelly, Brenda. And then again, thanks guys for hanging in there as well. I'll look into the connection again. I guess it could have just been a pocket of glitch, but I'm glad that we got back on here at least and shared a few more tricks and then gave a few more giveaways away, which was really fun tonight. So, yeah, so Terry says my kids are adults, so how am I going to get my own Halloween candy? Well, you can just go buy it. I've told my kids that for years. They still don't get convinced. So I'm always like, listen, we don't even have to go, Halloween hunting, right? Trick-or-treating. I'll just go buy you a bag of candy yourself. And they're so horrified every time I mention it. I do it now just to be funny, but no, really. just go buy your own candy. So thank you guys again for hanging out. I appreciate it. Until next time, we'll see you guys. Keep playing your way to creativity. All right, guys. Good night. Bye, everyone.